I'm muted. There we go. That's a little bit better. Howdy, hackers. Welcome to today. It's not today in Global Hack Week, but welcome to Global Hack Week Data, right? Welcome to my last stream of Global Hack Week Data. We're just running a chill coding session for part 4. Apologies in advance. I'm feeling super cold. Either way, what we're going to do, as always, is give you the opportunity to ask any questions in the chat, and then also drop our check-in link right in here for those of y'all who are looking to get those sweet MLH swag points. So this is just right up here. Check in at this link right here if you're looking for any of those sweet pet points. One of the last opportunities to really get them. So if I were you, I'd capitalize, but you know, I'm not you. So do however your heart desires. Let's go ahead and turn some music on in the background. That can also chill with us as we do some programming and just overall have a pretty good stream. I think it's going to be a really fun one. Yeah, should be kind of fun, low-key, exciting, and all that jazz. Let's take a second to pull up our repository from last time, show y'all what we have done, and then jump straight into it. So let's go ahead and share my screen. Open up BitBattles right in here, and then go right into our login view, or potentially our launch view, right? We have an auth manager that we run. If the auth manager checks whether we are signed in or signed out, and if we're signed in, we head on over to the home view. Otherwise, we head on over to the login view. On our login view, right, we're checking for authentication, and then our sign-up view, we haven't done much with. So I'm wondering, actually, All right, cool. So yeah, like I mentioned, we've got our lovely little app right in here, right, where we're learning through our login view. We have sign in with Google, as well as sign in with Apple. And then navigation, destination, show sign up view, right? So that's what we're finishing up last time, show sign up view. Right now we have just set that to false. Where does my home view redirect? Is it in my Google Sign Manager? Home view? Nope. What about my auth manager? Nope. And what about my Apple Sign Manager? So theoretically, there's right now, I don't think, a way to redirect. Let's sign with Google. Result, auth manager, if that result. Yeah, so this is where we would track our sign-in success and then go ahead and direct to our home view, I think. And then navigation would be instead show home view, which is false. Then in here, we have $ show home view. And then we, instead of going to sign up view, we want to head on over to home view. Then within here, we want to just, whenever the authentication is successful, we want to go and say show home view is equal to true. Same here. We'll set show home view is equal to true. All right, cool. So that's looking good. Let's go ahead and now run this on device. So the reason why we run these on device is to test out any of our signing and authentication flows. So I'm going to go ahead and reboot on here. So plug in my device and then run the test on phone. We'll keep you updated on our progress there. Oh, hello. Thanks for stopping by. Now, what do we have here? We're waiting for the app to boot up on device. Giving it a second to load. I'm also going to turn my Google Maps off real quick. Off change to true. Okay. Off changed true. I wonder where that comment is. Interesting. Oh, what are we doing today? Great question. We are building out our data and education app. So we are working with our Fiery Days database and getting set up on some authentication and login workflows. Fingers crossed. We may, however, be missing some of the authentication steps as evidenced by the behavior that we're seeing on my end, which is not fun. Either way. All right, let me try to print some stuff. Right, user dot. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do some testing here that involves me looking at my email and some of my other kind of sensitive information. So I'm gonna get off my screen for a second. Screen share, user dot display name, then print user dot is anonymous. We'll try that. All right. Welcome. Come on in. Happy to see you're here. Let's go ahead and run this on device, and I'll stay tuned to what our comments actually say down here. Yes, I know my phone is locked. Let's unlock it super quick. But we're gonna see. Okay. Yeah, so I have authentication working for email and thing. So it's persisting my login from way back when, which is incredibly impressive. Cool. Okay, so this does seem to work, which means I would like to potentially create some sort of sign out button so I can continue testing this workflow, which is probably the first thing we'll do. So we're gonna do with Apple button on request on completion. Let me trash these comments real quick and then share my screen. Perfect. There we go. Sharing my screen. We're back. All right. We've got sign with Google, sign with Apple, new to BitBattles, takes us to the registration page. I'm thinking that we might not need a registration page. Because when we're signing in with Google or with Apple, we would just be able to kind of figure out whether first account creation is there. So I'm thinking we can get rid of sign up view, delete this. And instead of running this shown sign up view even, right? You don't need this whole button, right? Text new to BitBattles button. The overlay, as cute as it is, no need. So we'll remove this whole thing. We'll also remove this second navigation destination, especially since we can no longer find sign up view and scope. And now that should let us have more of a, correct looking app. Let's see what we've got. It should just have the logo or the little splash screen image, and then yeah, sign up with Google or sign up with Apple. Cool. We could still do a little text that says BitBattles, and then let's try .monospaced, .font weight, .semi-bold, and .font .system, right? Size 24. Let's give that a stab. See what that looks like. Okay. Maybe give it some padding. Especially on the top. 15 pixels big. At least, if not bigger. See what that ends up looking like. Okay, yeah, 15 pixels look good, but I think about 25 might look even better. Not 225, that's just gonna look funky. 25. Yeah, that works. Cool. All right, let me go into Twitch real quick so we can remove this comment about buying viewers because we don't like that stuff around here. That's better. There we go. And then we've got, BitBattles login image, sign in with Google, sign in with Apple. I think sign in with Apple might have a little bit of padding on the bottom here. Let's reduce that to 40 so it matches the top a little better. Makes this look like, a screen within a screen, which is what we talked about last time. That whole thing still looks good. Nice. And then what I think I would like to do now is go to Firebase. Take a look at our authentication records because I don't know. I removed my account, but I don't know if I fully removed it. You know what I mean? And I wonder if it re-authenticated. If it didn't, that's probably also unintended behavior. Authentication. Yeah, it's saying no users. Yeah, really quickly, I've disabled, then re-enabled Google Sign-In. That should theoretically reset my sign and flow. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get on here on device. Reinstall the app. See if I'm finally shown the correct screen. It's really thinking about it this time, to be fair. Still no. Auth change is still true. How? Let me go into the settings of my phone. The app permissions. Sign. Let's see. Let's do some research on how to sign out from account in an app. No. This isn't any of that. Also, let's pop my do not disturb on. Perfect. There we go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't believe removing my app and removing the account didn't remove the sign-in state. That's so frustrating. Especially for testing purposes. That is really annoying. You know what? We're going to go ahead and create a login view that just has a sign out button for now. I shouldn't have deleted the sign in button yet. Let me go back to GitHub where I got this repo from and then go ahead and tweak that real quick. Hello, welcome on in. We'll deal with that later. GitHub is correctly reminding me to download my recovery codes. What do we got? What do I use? Oh, you my commit history. With the actual button. Yeah, so button. It's the actual button to sign in. Yeah, wait, hold on. So that's to do. Yep. I thought I just saw that. Yeah. Yeah. So button. Perfect. Okay. So this was our registration button from earlier, but right in here, we're just gonna go ahead and make this our sign up button, right? So how do I manage to sign out again? Yeah, it's just auth. Then we could just do sign out. Something like that. What's the, how did they call it in the login view? So 08 sign with Google. Handle Apple ID. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Google Sign Manager. That's sure that's sign with Google. Sign out from Google. There we go. Okay, so it's either. I mean, right now I could just, no matter what, take us to the login view for testing purposes. That should, in theory, work. Why didn't I think of that earlier? Jeez, I feel so silly sometimes, y'all. Also, I feel like I need a break for a warm drink. It is so cold in my apartment today. I might get myself a hot cocoa while we're waiting for stuff to load up on my device. Let's see. Okay, nope. We've got an error. Cannot find sign out. Let's go. Yeah, that's kind of on purpose right now. Yeah, let's run this again. We're gonna go ahead and run it on device in just a second. Perfect, okay. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Where are you taking me? Perfect, okay. Sign in with Google. Oh, failed to sign in. User can only limit to one identity for the given provider. Okay, but I can't sign in with Apple, so that's interesting. Okay. I probably messed that up when I deleted the account. So, well, I don't want to manually add users though. I could delete the provider. Let me see if I would delete Google and then re-add it, if that would work. And then, of course, stop this for now. What you developing here? Kari, I'm a little late and very new to this MLH thing. Well, either way, welcome. Happy to see you here on stream. We are making a little iPhone app. It was Bit Battles was the original idea behind it. It was like a learning education-based app for computer science concepts. I have ran into more bugs than I can count, which is really hilarious. Like it's hilariously funny how far behind we are. So we're currently still trying to get set up on authentication. It's useful skills, but man, oh man, is it taking forever. Yeah, that's about it. You know, we're halfway. We're not halfway through, but we're quarter through this stream, right? And we are hopefully eventually going to have something that makes sense. Oh, we need to unlock my phone. Continue. Yes, we sure do. But yeah, that's the general plan. If you want to check in and earn some points for Global Hack Week, make sure you go ahead and do that here. I'll give you some time to, and then if you want to catch up in the future, you can also go ahead and do that later. So, nope. Really? Still? All right, I'm Googling this error. Please hold. Let's see what I can find out here. Huh. Hold on. My door just closed on its own, which is super creepy. But yeah, hello. Happy you're here. We are knee deep in debugging, which is so fun, so exciting. And I got scared half to death by my door. Error provider already linked. User can only link one identity for the given provider. Yes, I'm aware. However, I've accidentally deleted my record because that's what I used to do hundreds of times, and I think I've messed things up real bad. Which is actually really funny because it authenticates me correctly. Like, I'm serious. It authenticates me correctly because we can see that the off change is true. You know, actually, though, this is a great time to change the foreground style because I can see that the text color doesn't show up as black because my phone is default dark mode, which is kind of silly. And then I also actually still have to add in a foreground color. It's so strange that the background doesn't work. Still confused why. Let's go and add in the navigation destination all the way through here. Yep. Pop that in. And then Z-Stack, I want to add in a background or what is it? Color dot white. Dot ignore safe area, please. And then a V-Stack on top of it. Let's see what that looks like. There's the actual look. It'll probably look correct on the preview, but it won't look the best on device, is my educated guess. We'll see what preview comes up with. Why is my apartment so freezing? Jeez. I haven't had Swift yet, so I ain't gonna be able to be much help. So I got ghosts. That must be annoying when trying to focus. You know, the ghosts haven't been an issue before, so I'm not sure what exactly they're doing. And why they've decided to be so annoying to me on this lovely, lovely Tuesday. But that is exactly what they are doing. And I do not appreciate it whatsoever. Let me go ahead and run this color instead. Ignore safe area. Move this background color. See if that accomplishes what we wanted to. I don't see why it wouldn't. I think that's going to extend the blue to the whole screen, which I'm also fine with. Perfect. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to run this on my device. As far as I'm aware, I don't have ghosts, but maybe I do. And also, Swift is very fun. For those of us who have been around with me for quite some time, we all know how much I adore Swift and all of the fun things that it involves. Yeah, I can sign in with my Apple account, which I might try. Sure. Wait, please recognize my face. It's my face. I pinky promise. All right, cool. So yeah. Oh. There is no user record corresponding to this identifier. The user may have been deleted. Okay, so wait, so it's not recognizing my user records at all. So you're telling me in my sign-in, it's checking somewhere for a user record. It's finding one for Google, but it's not finding one for Apple? What have I gotten myself into, y'all? Jeez. No, truly, what have I gotten myself into? User info. Using for the comment that says user info. There has to be one. Is it in Apple Sign Manager? I don't think so because it's going just to the Apple. No. So that's an error from Firebase off. Yeah. So that's a Firebase off error. Apple off, Apple ID credential nonce failed, error domain. There's no user record corresponding to this identifier. This user may have been deleted. Are you telling me we might have to bring back a sign-in screen? Hold on. This is so interesting. I'm trying to read this right now. I'm consulting good old lovely Stack Overflow for advice. The email you are logging in saying if it does not exist, either you have to register that email with auth.createUser with email password, then log in or sign up, or correct your email and password. The user is automatically signed in. Oh, so I have to have a create account function is what you're telling me. So I do actually need a sign-in screen. Or I need to have it in my authenticate user. Off the link, off sign-in, right? Off sign-in, sign-in with credentials. Try await off sign-in with credentials. Yeah, okay. Update the state and return. Okay. Off sign-in, browse an off data result. Oh, so what you're saying to me is try await, right? Try await off user, sign in with credentials, catch, sign in with failed. That's not where it's failing. It's failing with Firebase off error, right? And then error domain earlier, right? Yeah, failed and then error. So it's failing with the authenticate user. No, but that's the right thing, right? And then that returns the off sign-in. And then off sign-in is return result here, right? So it throws this error probably, or returns the result or something. So in here, I'm thinking we should catch the error. So I could do this a couple different ways, right? I could catch the error with creation, or I could like create a new user. Let's see. Let's sign in with Google Firebase, create new account. So if I try to run that same login on Google, I'm probably going to get the same error, right? I think we need a hot cocoa break at this rate because I'm starting to get frustrated. No, that worked. But why does the sign out not work? Or did I not implement the sign out? Sign out. I didn't implement the sign out. Okay. So the login worked. But is it still telling me there's no users? No. Okay, now there's a user on Firebase. Okay, I fixed it. We're fine. How did that fix it? I have no clue. We're going to try and sign out, though. Sign out. Where is the sign out? Yeah, button, label, all that. Sign out. So in here now, sign out will take place by us running so when I want to log in, I run now the task to await sign in with Google, right? Which sounds good, except instead of I want to sign out. Okay, what's the task called? Please display name, authenticate, sign in, off sign in, authenticate user, verify Apple off, Google off, sign out. Yeah, why is it not? I do not like that. No. Oh, I need the off manager. And I probably need all these imports. And I already have them? No, I don't. Yeah, that'll do it. Authentication services. Right. And then off manager, probably. In here. Still cannot find sign out in scope. But sign in with Google is in the same place as sign out. Is it not? No, it's not. Oh, silly me. There's a sign in with Google here. So then I need to, in here, write a function called, yeah, I got it, hold on. Are the functions inside why am I asking these questions? I literally know the answer to this. I need to then make a function called sign out, right? Which then calls the off manager and does sign out. Okay, so that would be, so in login view, when I call sign in, I use off manager.appleoff. So in here, I want to use off manager.sign out, right? Like that. No questions asked. Okay. Async call. Yeah, fixed. Sure. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, fine. Let result, right, is try await off manager.sign out, then do wrap the whole thing, or yeah, do and then catch. We don't need the result. I need to get this cable out of the way. Catch. And then do print sign out failed with error. Sure. Let's try that. Okay, no error so far. We're going to see if I can log in, then log back out. And if I can, I will really need a break for a quick second because I am freezing. I got to check my heater. Ooh. Off change true. Yes, sign with Google. User can only be linked to one identity for a given provider. So you're telling me that I can't sign in now? Or is it because technically I'm... so now I need to restore this, don't I? Sure do. Okay. Let's try that again. Well, now it's going to check my identity, see whether I'm logged in or not, right? My authentication should work. My sign out just worked. Should be able to sign back in. Perfect. Okay. Sweet. Now I'm able to authenticate and unauthenticate. I can actually see the sign-in successes on the bottom here. Amazing. That was so easy. It really wasn't, but we're here. How do I set the whole app to be in light mode? How to default app to light mode? Swift UI, please. And so I want to use for the launch of metals.app, dot preferred color scheme, right? Dot lights, please. Perfect. And that'll default everything launching in light mode, which is great. And we can finally log in and out. Hooray. Oh, why did debugger kill? What are we doing? Oh, because it relaunched an instance of the app and was already running. Yes, I did. Sure did. Okay, sign with Google. Sign out. Sign in. Sign out. Amazing. Invalid credential. Cool. What? So sign with Google works. Sign with Apple doesn't. Jeez. Louise. Let's see. Audience and ID token does not match the expected audience. Okay. The service ID in the Firebase off config to my Apple ID. So my bundle identifier might be off, okay? Yeah, that's why. I need to re-add the app, apparently. Bundle ID. Yeah. That'll do it. I'll need to replace the Google Services info.plist that I added previously. So let's please download this one. Thank you. Oh, I downloaded 2 of them. Okay, well, let's release one in the garbage. At the Firebase SDK already done. The initialization code is already done. It's just the Google Info Services.plist that I need. I'll delete this one and add this new one instead. And that is move the files to destination. Perfect. Okay, cool. Let's see if this works. Theoretically. I wonder if they've gotten rid of the .com in front of the bundle identifiers. But that's like an old thing. Because I typed that in thinking it was like a given. Perfect. Done. That was such a quick fix for a change of pace. Thank goodness. Awesome. Wonderful, amazing, beautiful. I need a quick break to get the hot cocoa that I promised myself once I would debug. So I recommend that you take a quick break to get yourself a warm drink of your choice, or a cold drink if that's what you prefer. And you'll see me back in about 3 minutes. I don't know how long it'll take me to make hot cocoa, but it won't be that long. And yeah, as always, ask all of your questions in the chat, and then quick hot cocoa break. So I'm going to run a quick hot cocoa break, and then you will see me back in just a minute or two. Bye, friends. And howdy team, we're back. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk through a little bit of what we would like to do next. Let's see. Nope, I don't want to know about that. Okay, cool. So, well, of course we have, the one button that shows up currently on our login screen, which is to log out, which is kind of funny, but is actually quite correct. And hence helpful. So we have a sign out button on our screen, and then we have our off manager and these things. I'm gonna go ahead and push my changes up to GitHub. So I'm gonna do command, I'm gonna go into my documents and then into my BitBattles folder, git add auth manager.swift, then, Oh, I've had a typo. Git add BitBattles, and then BitBattles app.swift, and then git commit -m part 4, and finally functional off. Cool. Yep, perfect. And then git push. Sweet. So we did that. Go ahead, take a look at the GitHub page. Make sure we didn't accidentally push the Google Info plist file, because that's what happened last time. It did. I didn't add that file to the... What's the point of me adding that? Ugh. Annoying. Probably missed something. Whatever. Either way, we've got our authentication now working, right? Our app looks beautiful. No notes. Everything looks hunky-dory, hopefully. We're gonna go ahead and refresh it, so then I'll show y'all what it looks like on Simulator, and you can kind of take a look from there. But yeah, we have our hot cocoa. We're back from the hot cocoa break with hot cocoa. So perfect. All right, so we got the BitBattles screen. We can sign with Google or sign with Apple, whichever one we pick. Obviously, it doesn't work on an actual preview, which is to be expected. But then we can go into our home view, right? Which right now is just going to show us a white screen that'll say sign out. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, let's go ahead and work on, yes, I know the app quit unexpectedly. Let's work on maybe, what would be the most helpful to work on for the next hour? Oh, is your repo public? I read it's good practice to review other people's code. Yeah, it's public. Let me point you in that direction if you would like. You can go ahead and find it on this link right here. There you go. That's my little repo. And And let me close my preview because we don't need to look at that right now. So yeah, it's my little repo there with all the stuff. If you want to take a look at it, like it, whatever the equivalent of it is, feel free. Criticize it. Whatever works for you. Sweet, of course. Yeah, this is adding Firebase to my ad. We already did that. We're good there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What else do we got in here? Yeah, so that's our actual repo. Let's see if we can maybe do some Z stacks to make some color stuff. Because I'm thinking for the rest of the time, we could like create maybe a profile page. Trying to figure out what would be the most helpful for us to do with our time. So let's say if I decided to, like rename this, right? So that's, what is that? If I control click, lets me rename it, refactor, rename, perfect. And instead of home view, I actually want to name this to be profile view. Cool. And go ahead and rename that, perfect. And then yeah, renamed it everywhere, awesome. So let's go ahead and see if I can find a cute little Figma open source design for profile view. Obviously not stealing from any designers. Someone that posted their work for free that we can utilize for then educational use. Profile template, light and dark themed. This one, I don't need that much. Top files tagged as user profile. Yep. Let's see in here, what do we got? I want free only. And see what we can find. That's not that helpful. It would depend on what sort of information I would want our user profile to display. We could do a little, let's think through this. We could do a little profile image. Then a little name, email address, then courses, right? Because we would like, this would be classes started with little cute icons, and then hours spent, weekly, could do daily, weekly, all time. And then we also have the, yeah, I think that should pretty much cover it. So now let's see. Every user has an image associated with their Apple or their Google account, right? So get user image from Firebase. Yeah, Firebase, Google sign-in, how to get the user's Google image. And that would be to upload it. So maybe let's skip the upload, but a name is definitely associated with every account. So we would do CStack, right? We would have the button, the task, label, frame width, all that. Name, email address, classes started, and the hours spent, and then that sign out button right at the bottom. I am going to, however, add that blue background from the launch view or from the login screen into this screen as well. We could, I also think, let's also wrap everything in a VStack, just to err on the side of caution. And by that, I mean we're going to add in stuff later, and I could see myself freaking out in about 5 seconds as to why things aren't looking the way that I want them to. And then let's see. We also have the user text that we had earlier, right? Bit battles here with the monospace. I think I want to use similar text to write out the text that says user profile. Right, monospace, font weight semi-bold, font system style 24, planning top 25, foreground silver back, black. There we go. Button, wait, sign out. There we go. Okay, let's drink more of my. Delicious. Banana lip, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so user profile, right? Right now it's just a sign that says user profile and a button that says sign out, which perfect. Fair enough. So we want to actually display some of that user information we talked about earlier, right? So name, email address, classes started, icons, and hours spent, daily, weekly, and all time. So the name we will retrieve from the authenticated user, right? So I wonder if it might not be better to create a user class at this point that stores a user's information, and then that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and create a new folder in here. Call models, new folder, models. Oh, I already have a models folder. Perfect. Yep, that's fine. I will delete the new folder instead. We have a new models folder right in here, and it's empty already. Perfect. So into my models folder, I'm actually going to create a new file and call it users.swift. And in user.swift, I'm going to create a user struct, which will have, which we'll store on Firebase. So let's see, configure. That's what we're going to do. We're going to configure CloudStor or Firestore. Base Firestore for Swift UI apps. We're going to set this up because I think that would be more helpful. Yep, add initialize Firebase. Yes, available libraries. This is for cloud storage or Cloud Firestore. Yeah, perfect. Cloud Firestore. Create a Cloud Firestore database. Sweet. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. So in the Firebase console, I will need to create Firebase. Right, so let's share this screen instead, actually, then. Make this a little smaller. So big, and then look at that instead. Put these up on this side. Make that bigger too, and share this screen for a change of pace. Share screen. All right, cool. So we've got Cloud Firestore. We click Add Project. Then we follow the on-screen instructions. Build, select Firestore database. Click Create Database, and then select a location. Yes, I'm working on it. Let's see. Create database. Location. Database ID default, location, that's fine. Start in production mode, start in test mode. We're granted as specified by security rules. That is fine by me. We'll start in production mode. Will only let an authenticated user change their own data, which I think makes sense. Okay, cool. Default started collection. Test mode, create. Yeah, iOS. Yep. I've already added initialize Cloud Firestore. And then add data. So I want to import Firebase Core and import Firebase Firestore. We're going to do that right in our login views, what I believe. And I'm always like moving these in alphabetical order. So we'll swap this. And then, yeah, we have Firebase app.configured. I'm pretty sure I already doing my like initial BitMetals app, right? I'm already running this here. So in the login view, whenever a user is logged in or for the first time, okay, so that's showing me how to change my Firebase rules. That makes sense. Well, that's actually adding in the code. I go into my rules right now, right? And I look in here. I don't want to allow read write if false. That just doesn't allow read write at all, which is kind of not the point. Instead, we'll use if request auth is null and request auth UID is UID. So publish. Perfect. And that is writing data. So add in a new document with a generated ID. So I think whenever I would sign in with Google or sign in with Apple here, maybe in my auth manager, right? Whenever I would go through, why are we complaining? Why do I suddenly have 7 errors? What? Cannot convert. What are you talking about? Huh? I should not call this user. I'm just realizing now it's the model that messed stuff up. Let's try that again. Okay. We'll come back to the model. I don't think we need a model right now. Definitely not consider we're fighting against the clock here and trying to get as much stuff done as we can. So we have, verify sign with Apple, BitBattles app, login view. Perfect. Handle Apple ID, profile view, yes, name, email address, classes started, all that. But what I want to do is I want to, when the user logs in for the first time, we want to be able to create a new document. It most likely would be in the configure auth state changes verify update state. Sign out. Yeah, it would probably actually belong in update state. Right, where we would then say let, or we could potentially call like a different function, right, called update Firestore, which would pass in a user of type user question mark, right? And then from there go self.user is equal to user. Let is, or wait, why am I doing that? Self.user is equal to user, yeah. Do let ref is try await db, and I need to initialize db, don't I? Yeah, so I need to import Firebase Core, and then I also need to import Firebase Firestore here, and then I need to, I've already configured the app. I would say let db is a firestore.firestore. Yes, good. Then let the reference be try await db.collections. This function doesn't support concurrency. Cool. So we're gonna do this. I mean, there could be an async throws. That's fine. Async throws. Do and then catch. Right, instead, that should work. Let the reference be db collections for users. Dot add document where data is equal to a bunch of cool stuff. And then we could do name, our first is, yeah, okay, so yeah, so we can get the user's display name, cool. Dot display name, and then dot photo URL, and then dot email. Okay, cool. So yeah, so we would get user provided data dot, yeah. Oh no, we can assume if we're going to this, right? We can assume in here is update Firestore for the user being user. And we can assume this user is an optional. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we might just update Firestore somewhere higher up, which is fine. Yeah, so first user provided, or let's do display name. It's gonna be that, and then we'll do email is gonna be user dot provided data, provider data, please, dot first dot email. No, not dot debug description. First dot email, perfect. And then there is a photo URL version, right? So photo is of type user provided data first dot photo URL, perfect. Yes, it's okay, fine, it's collection. Now, good. And also we need commas between these, which is fine. There we go. Right. So what are you still complaining about? I literally just provided a default value. Like, what are you still on? Whatever. Let's see. Take a second to see if we've got any questions in the chat. Oh, we're all good. Okay, let's try to see if we can actually add this data successfully to the app. So I have update Firestore here, right, as a function. I don't actually explicitly call it anywhere. So authenticate user, that's auth link. It's private function, authenticate user, auth sign in. Link. So yeah, we have authenticate user, return try await, cool sign manager, the time and sign out from Google, login view. So you're telling me I could theoretically try to run it as far down as here, couldn't I? I could do auth manager dot update Firestore, right? With the user. Oh, I put it in the wrong spot. My apology. Say let it's a GID user. Ugh, that's annoying. It is though. Those are different types of users. I'm trying to figure out a good place to put this call. This update Firestore function. That's returning try await authenticate user. Auth link or auth sign in. Auth sign in. We'll try to await auth the auth that sign in with credentials, update the state, and then yeah, why don't you try then update Firestore? The user, right? What's an update state? Yeah, let's try user being result.user. Try await. Sure. Okay, that may work. We'll give this a stab. Let's try and log into the device. Then we're also gonna go ahead and share my screen with the share the screen instead. Cool. Like I mentioned, I need to unlock my device. Waiting for some login stuff, for some magic, hopefully. It's taking forever. Oh, we got an error. It's not even crashing. Ugh, that's so frustrating. Why is it not working? Why is it not stopping? Stop. Come on. Thank you. Okay, so there's error in the photo URL. So we're just going to comment out the photo URL for now. Let's just try it with display name and email. See what the heck happens. Try some magic. See if it can generate a record of myself to display in our database. Because that would be great. Ish. It'd be better than nothing. And sometimes that's what we want. The launch of this app takes forever. Jeez. Yeah, I know. I'll change to true. Okay. I'm going to sign out. Let's sign back in. Missing or insufficient permissions. Okay, cool though. Missing or insufficient permissions. Error adding document, error domain, missing or insufficient permissions. I want to see why though. We're going to start with this for now. This makes every document writable by every user, but it's a still better idea than having just it set to false. I'm going to go ahead and try that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Theoretically, should have data in a user's collection. And I sure do. Awesome. Amazing. Okay, so the user's collection works if I just have it allow me to write to every user. So I have row, read, and write if request dot null. So let's develop and test. So my users UID document, allowed, read, write, if request not all is true, and request UID. Let's try this. Publish that. Nope. Oh yes, I'm missing closing brace. Indeed, my sincerest apologies. Perfect. Publish the changes to the rules. Let's try and run that again. Because the goal is now to have, like a database in which we can see stuff. I'm feeling a little bit. Let's see, we're gonna wait for my app to launch on device again. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, but the authentication and unauthentication actually works. So sign out, sign in. So still missing or insufficient permissions. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, so would probably want to revisit this for now, right? I would just leave it that any user that's authenticated can read or write to every record, which is obviously not the safest in the world, but it gets the job done. So now we have a document, right, with a UID, and then there's that. Profile view, name, email, classes started, hours spent. So normally, right, if we're trying to figure out how to organize our database, we would add in a field called classes started, right, which would probably be an array. Right, first one would have tutorial class, right, maybe a tutorial. And then we would also have a field called hours, which would also probably be an array. And then we would have the first, or maybe like we could do like a daily hours, right? Number 0, then weekly hours, number 0, and then all-time hours, number 0. Cool. And then based on that, right, we would right now just have that information just kind of retrieved from the database and then have it be shown to the user. I think we can do that. So we got login view here, right? Where do I actually call the Firestore stuff? To remember. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the photo for now. Where do I call Firestore? Update Firestore, yeah. So that's an auth sign in, right? So update Firestore, it's an auth sign in. Cool. And then Interesting. So off manager, right? That's a display name. Mm. All right, long story short, what I'm trying to do now is to only get it to write to the database when we're creating a new user for the first time. Which in theory should work. But it's so cold. Dry mouse, my favorite. We're waiting for the thing. Sign out. Sign in. Perfect. Yep. It doesn't look like we made a call to the Firestore, so that looks good. Beautiful. So let's now go into our profile view and attempt to retrieve the data from our database. So let's do a function here called get user data, which is also async. And then let's see. We have we imported? No, we haven't. So we'll need both of these. That's in profile view. Okay, and then we'll say do. And then of course catch. Let snapshot equal to how to get user data for specific, or how to get data for specific, what's it called when it's a document ID, right? For specific. Document ID, Firebase UI, please. We can get, how can I read a specific document? So we want to say, hold on. So Firestore dot collection dot of users. Right, what's the collection called again? Users, all lowercase. Get document for a given user ID. When we create the document, my friend, what do we use? Let's see. Auth manager. Update state, update Firestore. Add document. How to set document. What is the document ID? In Firestore. Try DB collection that users, right? A document data from add document. How do I add a document with a given ID? Because like I want to be able to set the ID so that I can then retrieve it. Adding an So dot document. Yeah. So dot document. And then instead I want it to be auth. What is it? User dot UID, right? Yeah. Dot set data. Okay. I'm gonna try this instead. Cool. We got this. Oh, time to go back to Twitch so I can moderate and remove that comment. Perfect. Here we go. What else do we got in here, right? So we got our user. Yeah, instead I'm going to set it to the user ID here. And then I'm going to check if I reply here, especially if I get rid of this check. If a second user record is generated. Nope, because we're running it for a quick second. Sorry. Go to stop now. Let's try that again. See if we get the actual UID as the thing of the user, because that'll get getting the user's data much easier. Okay, it's taking a second. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Do it. Okay, let's sign up. Sign it. Okay. Okay. Did the login thingy. Let's go to the database. Okay, we do have an actual record then. Cool. Awesome. Okay. That uses that sign-in ID from way back when. So we can actually delete this document instead. Perfect. And now I have this UID, and then can add back in this comment right in here. And then let's see. So now I believe if I want to go to profile view and actually call this stuff, what I would do is say Fireboss, no connection used, a document, and then that would be what? User.uid. The user is defined as user. Google Sign Manager, sign with Google. Result. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm assuming would happen is then we would go into our auth manager, right? And we would say document, right? So let UID is equal to auth manager dot user dot UID, right? Perfect. And otherwise, yeah, set it equal to blank, document UID. Cool. And then add the data that's to edit. I want to get the data, read the data, yes, get data. Please and thank you. And then do. Yeah, so we have something like this, right? Where we would instead do this. For .graph is our users collection, and our document name is just our UID. Then we would do let document, let data description, sure. And then print error getting document error. Sure, let's try that. Except this needs to be firestore.firestore. And then everything else should work. All right, let's give this a stab, and I think that'll take us right till the very, very end. Come on, buddy. You can do it. I believe in you. Come on, my little app, my little bestie. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, it would be so helpful if I actually called this get user data function somewhere. Let's do a button. Let's create a super quick button called get data. It's literally going to be so quick. Button await at the get user data, right? And then text will just say get user data. And we'll just check the comments. Let's refresh, redo. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, app. You can do it. 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 I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. Come on, app. You can do it. You can do it. You're going to do so good. I believe in you. Okay, use your data. Got it. Heck yeah. Awesome. All right. That takes us like right down to the very, very last minute. Enough time for me to really just push up my changes to GitHub. And thank you all very much, sir, for coming. So I'm going to go ahead and get add all real quick. Git commit -m end of series. Git push. Okay, and those take us those 3 right up there. But yeah, on that note, I will thank all of you so very, very, very so much for coming and joining me for this Global Hack Week. Thank you so very much for watching. It was fun, even though our plan was way more ambitious than we could have actually accomplished in, I think, 8 hours. I'm still proud of the progress that we made and how much we were able to get done. Honestly, I've definitely been a little rusty, so it's been nice to get back into programming and into the swing of things and getting to make cool stuff and kind of taking this time to just develop for the sake of developing and doing it on my own, which is awesome and lovely and great and cool and very fun. So I am super glad that you all were here on this adventure with me. On this note, I'm going to go ahead and give a quick shout out to our next upcoming streams. We've got, who is coming up next? We got, I'm pretty sure it's Alberto. Yeah, Alberto's wrapping up his track with neural networks and MATLAB part 4. That's in 1 hour from now at 10 p.m. Eastern time. And you can find him right where I'm at right now for neural networks using MATLAB part 4. Then you get to hang out with him right after a little bit longer for the Gartic Phone mini event. And last but certainly not least, you get to hang out with Emily in the morning for one last Scribblio mini event for closing ceremony with Ryan and Mary. So it's going to be a really fun, jam-packed, exciting, and overall splendid Global Hack Week coming up for y'all. I know we're at the home stretch. So thank you all again impeccably. Thanks for coming. It was lovely to hang out with y'all. And you will catch me in Global Hack Week Beginners in January. Friends.